Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel. Nicholas Villar is here, aka Super Divorce, and tonight we're going to try out the Lancaster Leak O'Brien State Park. Brand new game that just came out. Let's see what it's all about. The following tape and many others were recovered by FBI intern Valerie Bardot, and given to us. Valerie Bardot, leaving without a trace. She suddenly went missing at the end of her internship in Lancaster, California. Foul play is suspected, they say. Valerie Bardot. So long as Valerie is missing, these tapes will continue to be leaked. We gave you a chance, and this will be your last. All right. See what's going on here with Valerie. FBI warning. Information conveyed through this debrief training tape pertains to a prior investigation. Imperative that agents refrain from viewing this material unless they possess the appropriate clearance and are under the direct supervision of an instructor. Any failure to comply with this directive will result in prosecution to the fullest extent possible under the Espionage Act of 1742. Tape purpose, debrief. Date 8/25/1988. Clearance TS. Case type, missing persons. Entity present. Status. O'Brien State Park, Picture 1, previously inhabited by both Dakota and Ojibwa tribes, is now home to year-round camper and hikers. The park, along with other state parks up north, has experienced an increase in animal-like attacks. The cause was unknown until found footage of... You're not giving me long enough. Subject Brady Kaufman. Picture 2 here, subject's picture. On August 25th, 1988, Brady Kaufman, a 59-year-old male, visited O'Brien State Park unaccompanied. The subject's behavior during his visit was unusual, as he intermittently started recording at various times. Subsequently, on August 26th, the subject is reported as missing. His body was discovered on August 30th, and recovered footage from his recording device will now be presented in chronological order, accompanied by annotations. Shit. Okay, so we're looking around here. Just that. All right, we've got a sort of camcorder setup here. This is a kind of camcorder setup. We can walk and crunch. 10 p.m. The subject would occasionally zoom with the right mouse button on certain objects. Just occasionally zoom. Like this. Frying pan. Diet soda. A lantern. A portable stove top. A rock. That's our tent. That's where we would sleep. Hey, what's... Oh, that was just... I think that was just a speckle of tape. Now, here's a nice campfire that we've set up. Taking no special note of any of these things yet, but we can zoom in on them. A nice... Look at that little bench we set up there. Made out of logs. I wonder if that was set up here for previous campers, or if that's something we made on our special trip just for ourselves. Now, we can't get in the car that we have here. It's not like we can just get in and go. There's not a secret ending where you drive your car away first thing, and that's that. So, maybe... Let's go towards the light down here. And just see if perhaps... Oh, we've hit an invisible wall. So never mind. We'll go back this way. If you're wondering what's going on, did he cut his hair? No. I didn't cut my hair. It's extremely greasy right now, and it looks just repugnant. With the headphones on, kind of like just back, just down, it looked awful. Looked really, really bad. So I squished it up on top of my dome there. And I'm weighing it down with the top of the headphones. So it looks like I got kind of like a a messy pomp due to the circumstance that my hair is pretty nasty at the moment. So I can't walk over and see what's going on at that campsite. Seems a little odd. Well, now they want me to go back, huh? Okay, now no. Still can't walk through the invisible barrier. Best we can do is just zoom in for whatever reason. Can't walk up there, can't investigate, but alright, fine. We'll just keep walking down this lonesome country road. And I hope it's not as lonesome as the country road in a game I played recently called Stay Out of the Farm, where they just have you driving down this country road for like 25 minutes, twisting and turning, no map to use, just a real shit show. I had to stop. I had to turn the thing off. I couldn't do it. So it doesn't matter if we zoom in on these arrow blocks there. There's nothing that it's not like we zoom in and then it tells us what's written up here. We just can't see it. It's all washed out. But over here, this looks like the bathroom area. Here we see some urinals. If you've never been into a bathroom like this before, then let me tell you, you're in for a treat. We cast no reflection. Not only is the player a vampire, but so is the camcorder we're using. A campire. Oh, and we got some hot showering going on by the looks of it. Steam rising up. Can we check on... This isn't creepy at all, is it? We're going into the shower room. We got our camcorder all set to go. We're vampires. We can't do anything. There's no interacting to be done. So I guess we'll just leave that alone. Assume that's just a regular person taking a regular ass shower. And over here, we can't go into the ladies' room. We can't walk around the side. So I guess we'll just continue down the road then. So far, there's not much that... Well, hold on now. Okay, did we miss something? Because here's another dead end. There's another invisible wall that I can't go past. Alright. Well. Maybe there's an event here that I'm supposed to trigger somehow. That I didn't trigger. I mean, that's kind of weird, isn't it? The smashed glass there on the mirror. Like someone had their head smashed into it. Cracks in the walls. So if it is purely investigation that we're up to here. Oh, well, there. Pause 1. The subject stops filming and then takes a shower. It is estimated 10 minutes elapsed before the subject films. Fuck. Jeez. It's not like I'm going super slow. Give me a freaking minute just to read. Gosh. I'm going to have to go back and pause myself just to see what was said. Someone in there taking a nice big shit. Make sure you're wiped real well. You're out in the woods. You don't want to attract shit-sniffing animals to come and savage your butt while you're asleep. Now are we going to continue down here? Or are we going to go back to the car? I guess we'll go back to the car, back to our sleeping, camping area. We just came down here for a nice shower. I hope I don't see any wild animals. No bears. tigers. Usually you don't see any tigers out in the woods like this, but from time to time, things happen. A local zoo could be raided by an animal rights group, and they take all the animals and just drop them off in a nearby forest because they don't know what the fuck. They think, oh, all these animals they want to be free. It doesn't matter where we drop them off at. As long as they're out in the woods, they'll be good, right? Monkeys, snakes, bears, walruses, sea lions. As long as they're outside, not in a cage, they'll be fine. That's what they want. That's what some of these groups think. Little do they know, if you take a fish and you put him out in the woods, well, that's a fish out of water, and there's a whole saying about it. I hope that's a friend of ours over there. Looks like Mark Zuckerberg. Looks like Mark Zuckerberg's avatar in Meta. Pause 2. Upon return to the campsite, an unknown figure stands near the subject's tent. Neither campground records nor witness recall seeing a white male of this profile. While this person was here, they don't know. Unknown was not being actively pursued. The largest jump at times happens at this point with an estimated of 1 to 2 hours time. The recording resumes with the subject 2 miles in the Hardwood Hills Loop. Why the subject started the hike is not relevant to the Bureau's involvement. Why he started the hike is not relevant. And they don't know who that guy was, but they've basically said we don't care. Am I getting that? Is that right? Seems like horse shit. Seems like hogwash. Down the old mountain path we go here. Now, I haven't really commented on the gameplay or the visuals or anything yet, but I must say it's fairly impressive. It's got a nice, smooth, impressive feel to it. And obviously, as you can see, it's fairly low poly, as they say. But also, it feels very realistic because you can imagine low fidelity on a camcorder. Though I would say camcorder might be a little bit more visually advanced than this, but it's, you know, it's good. It's good. I like it. They did a good job here with the kind of VHS found footage type of setup. So kudos to you, who you are. I haven't really seen anything worth noting yet on this part of our hike. Trying to kind of capture both sides of the walk. This is something Bruce Lee said to do. You're out walking, and a lot of people have said this, but Bruce Lee said it too. Keep your head on a swivel. You got to be ready. You never know. Crazy world. You never know who's going to run up on you. You never know when that might happen. You might get a wild animal. I think that was just a deer. Sounded like a pig a little bit. It was a deer pig. But, yeah, you never know. So you want to be at the ready. Nice and loose, though. Don't walk around with your fists clenched up and all your muscles tightened, because then you're too rigid. You're going to have your legs locked up and someone comes up behind you and they just tap you on the back of the knee. Your leg's going to buckle and then they can give you a pedigree. Right on the ground. So, I hear some tinkling water. Here's a little bridge we can cross. Going. Did you hear that? Sound like the deer pig again, a little bit. A squealing deer of the Lancaster woods. The Lancaster woods squealing deer population. Quite a sight to behold. Quite a sight to hear if you've never heard them before. Of course, now you have heard them. 2 times now, I suppose. If that's in fact what we were listening to, is the squealing deer population. Hear the crunching of our steps. Now, when you look down, you don't see any feet. You don't see a big pair of titties. You can't see the player at all. Look. That's one of those squealing deer pigs. The deceased deer was killed by entity. I heard a crunch and subject encountered diseased deer attacked by entity. The film abruptly ends after subject detects entity in vicinity. Picture 4, diseased deer. Subject exhibits distress and flees off trail. Entity pursues subject and can be heard in proximity. Subject resumes filming approximately 4 minutes after pause. This marks the final pause. So we're coming up on the end, I suppose, of our found footage feast. Here's where we've gotten away from the entity, at least momentarily. Whatever's killed the deer pig is now hot on our trail. The subject begins running as multiple sounds of entities surround him. And we're being surrounded by deer pigs. I hear him squealing. I definitely hear him squealing at us. So maybe what we saw killed was just a regular deer, and what's chasing us are the deer pigs that we're going to have to be very careful of. Because we're making a lot of noise out here. And if there's one thing that I've heard about pigs is how smart they are. If there's one thing I've heard about deer, it's how fast they are. And you combine those into a fast, smart, predatory entity animal, you're in for a world of pain pretty damn quick. I was trying to head over towards the light of the moon there. And it sounds like something's creeping right up on me. Subject struggles against entity but gets away. The camera is severely damaged. Subject drops flashlight and then camera. It creates a shadow backdrop. Distant entities can be heard. End of tape. Brady Kaufman's death would occur over the next 5 minutes. The remaining footage has been cut short for viewer discretion. Additional entities can be heard and would later fight over the remains. The footage ends when the camera battery runs out. That's all on that one. Subject's remains were found scattered. Most flesh was consumed. Little personal items remained intact. The public was told it was an abnormal bear attack. There's one of our bones with infinity gems lodged into it. The subject's film was the first footage captured of S0012. Ultimately, the subject's footage provide the Bureau proof to extend funding and special operation to contain entities. This case marks the first of many successful entity resolution programs. Entity debrief. It's a Wendigo. ID S0012. Risk severe. Containability. It's a 3. Wendigos are creatures originated from Native American tribes of the Great Lakes region. The malevolent supernatural beings bring terror to forest dwellers and are linked to numerous missing persons cases. Tall and emaciated-looking Wendigos bear antlers and possess an insatiable appetite for human flesh. Well, that's their story. According to recent intelligence, there's been a noticeable resurgence of the Wendigo, and their geographical distribution has now expanded southward toward Minneapolis. In response to this emerging threat, the Bureau has established a joint task force in collaboration with Canadian CSIS to take immediate, decisive action to halt the expansion of the species and eventual eradication. It is imperative to maintain strict operational security and keep the general public uninformed of these operations to prevent any unnecessary panic or interference. Like Wendigo hunters, which I am still going to go with. Their developer and author Jeremy Fisher, voice actor Sam Smith. The story doesn't end here. It's going to keep going. Read the associated r/no sleep story. Reddit icon in the menu. I work as a security at a small FBI office. A man in a pink poncho almost killed me. Consider joining the Discord or newsletter to know the release of the next game. The Lancaster leak, crisis at call center. That'll be next. There we go. Okay. That's the Lancaster leak, O'Brien State Park. And we'll find out more next time. And I'm still going to go with the deer pig theory over the Wendigo. The Wendigo theory is a little pedestrian, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll try it out. I'm going to give this game 500 super divorces out of a possible 1,000 super divorces. It was nice, even keel game of its type. I feel like it had a very nice visual delivery and clocking in at just about between 15 to 20 minutes, probably, depending on your shit. It's a quick and easy playthrough. You're going to get it done. No difficulty to speak of. Just a nice little walking simulator, as they say, with some spooky elements to it. And for that type of thing, yeah, I'd say it's about a 500, right there in the middle. Just it's good for a playthrough once, you know. And if they deliver more in future episodes, if the lore expands, it could be one of those things where it goes back and you want to play it over again to get these little details you might have missed. Maybe something like that happens, and maybe at that point the score increases after the fact. But for right now, 500, that's a nice even-keeled score. That doesn't mean it sucks. I'm not like many other reviewers these days, especially the big mainstream guys, where if you don't hit like an 8 out of 10 or above, or an 800 or an 80%, it's like everything below that you might as well throw it in the garbage. I don't do things that way. In the middle of the road, probably worth a playthrough at least one time. Not too hateful. There you go. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please sub to this channel. Bong the gong for notifications so you know when new videos go live, so you know when I go live. With live streams and shit. Stop by sometime, get into one of those, chat it up. Appreciate you. What else? Like this video, comment below if you got anything at all. It doesn't have to be games related. You can have a request, a comment, a criticism, talk some shit. The comment section is your oyster. So crack it open, slam it down your throat, wash it down with a nice tall glass of cocktail sauce. Follow me on Twitter at SuperDivorce, on Instagram at SuperDivorceBand, and I play music as well from time to time. So if you want to check out some Super Divorce tunes, head on over to Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you stream your horse shit. You can find Super Divorce. Just type in Super Divorce, pick out a song, give it a click, try it out. If you don't like it, then why don't you try another one, and then another one, and another again, until you find something you like, because I think there's a little something for everyone there. Okay? So, give it a shot, please. Till next time, everyone, take real good care, keep kicking ass, love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.